All right, so we're back with 3.7 statistical analysis in Excel, and we're going to look at part 2 of the assignment. So if I drag down here, it says number 8, create class intervals, value ranges for a histogram at 0.25 feet intervals that will include your minimum and your maximum recorded height. So if I go down here, and I'm going to make bins. So bins are just another word for intervals. So my minimum is 5.17. So I'm going to start out with 5.0, and I'm going to go all the way up through my data. 5.25. So I'm going up by 0.25 as I create my bins. 6.0, and then the top end of my data is 6.25. So not too many bins, but this will come into play here in just a minute. Now number 9 says create a frequency table using the histogram tool in data analysis. Now if you don't have the data analysis tool pack, you'll need to pause the video and go back and get that. So go to the data tab, go to data analysis, and I want to choose histogram. So I hit OK. Now it says I want an input range. So here for my input range, I want to select all of my decimal feet data. Then it asks for a bin range. All right, so I'm going to select all of my bins. And then lastly, it asks for an output range. And an output range is just where you're going to put the chart. So I'll put the chart kind of right down here. Whoops. And that accidentally redid my input range. So let's select the input range again. And now I'm going to select an output range right there. And now I'm going to hit OK. So this tells me information for my bins that I can create a histogram with. It says that there's 0 under 5 feet. There's 2 between 5.5 and 5.25. 2 between 5.25 and 5.5. 9 between 5.5 and 5.75. And 2 between 5.75 and 6. And then 3 between 6 and 6.25. And 0 on more. So now I want to create a histogram. And I want it to look kind of like this. So let's highlight our chart here. And then we're going to go to Insert. And we'll select just a basic 2D column chart. And there it is. And so I'm going to move this chart kind of down the page right here, just so everybody can see what the chart looks like. Now, this is not what our final chart is going to look like. We want our chart to look like this. So I can go back to Chart Tools, and I can add a chart element. So I want to change my chart title first. Okay, so I want my chart title to be heights, or class height if you prefer. And then I also want to change or add some axis titles. So my primary horizontal axis is going to be height in inches. And then my vertical axis title is going to be, if I select all of this, it's going to be frequency. So how many things occur in each of my bins? So that's my histogram. Now, good time to save this. All right, and then it asks you to calculate the sample standard deviation using a function. Display the output near the population standard deviation. We already did that. All right, the last step is to use the data analysis tool to create the descriptive statistics summary and place it next to your calculated statistics. So this will be the last step here. So once again, I'm going to go to Data, my Data Analysis Tool Pack. I'm going to select Descriptive Statistics. Hit OK. Ask for my input range. So once again, I'm going to select my decimal feet data. And then it asks for an output range. Now we'll put this kind of down here. Just select any random area for an output range. Okay. Output range down here, and it looks like they want us to change our input range. So I'll go ahead and redo that. Make sure it says C5 to C22. And then I hit OK. Please choose at least one statistical option. Oh. All right, I'm going to click the box of summary statistics and then hit OK. There we go. And if you want, you can change this title from column 1 to summary statistics. So once I have all that, there are some things in here that we'll explain at a later date. But the main thing is you want your data to match up with what you created with a function up at the top. So that is how to do the Excel version of statistical analysis.